I'm Naijha Brown, host of Naijha Speaks, also contributing for Unchained TV and Black USA News. We're celebrating World Vegan Awareness Month, and we've been doing that all month of November. Today's guests are all about the hue of vegan menus. Please welcome right now Ijama McNeil, also known as Mama Hue of Hue Cafe and Apothecary, located in Owings Mills, Maryland. How are you doing this morning?
I am doing amazing. I cannot complain. The sun is shining. Even though it's a little chilled outside, it is still perfect weather. It's amazing. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for this opportunity.
Every time I see you, you're shining. So I'm blessed to be here talking with you finally because it's like long overdue.
Yes.
So
Right.
tell us, why Hue? Why Hue? What is the meaning behind the name of the restaurant? Why was the name Hue?
So many people that come in and they often, ask like, what is Hue? And some people may not know in another country, like let's say, I believe is it. Oh my God, I just lost it. But either way, in other countries, it has different meanings. But here, what we pretty much wanted to make sure that he was for everyone. Hue literally means just for everyone, because of the different clientele that we get. But before even getting them, Hue is literally just because we have a little bit of for everyone, like the culture, the food, and we want everyone to feel welcome. So when you come inside, welcome to the Hue. It's
I
where
love it.
welcome. It is for everybody.
I love it. I love it. And why you, Mama Hue, the inspiration behind the launch of the cafe? Why you? What inspired you to do this?
So originally the brand started off with me going plant-based. So I'm almost at my 5-year anniversary.
Woo!
Yes, yes, yes. And it started with me giving up meat for Lent. I just decided, hey, I'm going to give up meat. And I did that in April, I believe that was 2018. Yep, that was 2018. I had lost my mom, though, in 2015 to congestive heart failure and COPD. And for me, it was more around the lifestyle change of how do I prevent disease? How do I prevent, having this constant thing of family members inheriting disease? And it was just like, I don't want any of that. So what can I do to be prevention action? So that's pretty much what I did. I did that in hopes to bring awareness as well to people that I come in involved with on a day-to-day, but them to see my lifestyle and how much I have changed as a person over these 5 years, whether that be internal and external, that from the inside out based off the things that I chose to eat. So I introduced that to my husband. I remember making him a vegan lunch and I'm like, I wonder how is he going to like this? Like, very critical. He's a real chef. So it's kind of like me cooking for him and needing him to approve it is like, I'm cringing like, oh my God, what is he going to think? So before I can call him at lunch, he called me and he said, everyone's in my office because they're wondering what am I eating. I'm like, well, I made you some General Toast cauliflower with some butternut squash and some coconut jasmine rice. And he was very impressed by it. So from that, years later, he went on to basically kind of adapting some of the same lifestyle that I had. So he went from not eating meat as well to he went pescatarian. For me, I went full blown. I'm not eating meat and I'm not eating seafood. So that's basically why. We felt like when we went out to eat, there was nowhere to eat. So we were thinking that we needed to put more vegan restaurants into different areas around, DC, Maryland, Virginia, or wherever that will be, where it leads us.
Exactly. And the location that you're at, because I used to live in Owens Mills for a few years before I met my husband, Greg. And we used to go to the eatery that was there before, the Flying Avocado. So it's such a I mean, it's a beautiful space. So it's such a blessing. And then you have the holistic. I forgot the name of it, but we used to go get our holistic stuff from the place next door. So it's a very energy is everything, location is everything, so you are in the right spot. So sending many blessings, and I'm going to share the website in a second. I just wanted to ask, what are some of the popular items on the menu at Hue? Now, I've been there for lunch and a couple of breakfast items, but what are some of your best sellers there?
So funny thing is, people that when they go plant-based, they miss dairy. So one of our most popular items is the egg foo young.
Wow, I gotta try that. I do.
Young is very popular. People go crazy of the egg foo young. If it is off the menu for a second, someone will send us emails like, hello. And we're like, okay, egg foo young is definitely one of the most popular items outside of the egg foo young, the lentil burger. I absolutely love the lentil burger. People that are not vegan come in and they're like, that burger does it for me. So definitely the lentil burger, the egg foo young is some of the most popular items. And one of my ultimate favorites is the curry chicken salad.
Oh wow. Oh wow. And then you have a plant-based scratch kitchen. What does that mean when you say plant-based scratch
We
kitchen?
everything from scratch, cutting up all
Okay.
vegetables. We're getting the best local produce. It always meant something because even growing up with grandparents and my mom and family, we never cooked anything that came in a box. So I had advocacy of non-processed foods. Everything that you cook, you should know where it came from, and you should be cutting it, you should be filling it, you should be involved in the cooking process. So that's what the plant-based scratch kitchen is all about.
Wow, opposite from where I came from, where everything was from the box. Everything literally was from the box in the can. So this is amazing. I've had the scrambled egg platter. I had the breakfast sandwich. I love the teas. Can you talk about the tea bar? Because I love how you dress up. I think last time I was there, I had like a matcha latte drink, iced matcha latte. But talk about your specialties in the teas.
Yeah, so one of the most popular things that once I did learn about how we can support ourselves and heal ourselves, and people may not even realize it, but through tea. Teas is the easiest way to get vitamins and minerals in the body. And I know we look to a lot of supplements to get that nutrients, but as I did my research and I went into holistic health, I wanted to know what can I do for the rest of my life that won't have as many side effects. And the best thing that we've discovered would be if you drink what we call an infusion, what would be a tea that you would let steep for a very long period of time, will be much powerful than taking every day a multivitamin. And people don't even know that. So I wanted to incorporate a fun way that people can drink teas. And I'm like, oh, if it's something that has benefits, well, we drink tea and not even know that tea has benefits, no different than we eat food and not know that food is medicine. So we merge those two together where the teas, we want to give you things for your mood. In the middle of the day, if I'm not feeling so well, I can drink something that will be a mood booster. So a lot of people come in for our Blue Lagoon, which is a blue pea flower, and Tulsi, most people call holy basil. And that's, an Ayurvedic herb that's known all around the world for its amazing adaptogen benefits. But it helps with stress, it helps with anxiety, it helps with respiratory, it helps with mental clarity, it helps with cognitive function. So if I can make these drinks fun and approachable and they're easy and someone can drink these every single day, even if they're on medication and there are not any contradictions, I want to provide that for them. So that's what we do.
I have to try that Blue Lagoon. We have some comments coming in. Tom from Chicago says, congratulations on your 5-year vegan anniversary. Yes, thank you so much for tuning in, Tom. And he asked if your husband has gone vegan.
My husband has not gone. I, well, let's say flexitarian. So he really almost is at me because he'll go long periods of time without certain things, but we'll call him flexitarian.
Tom is suggesting that he watch Seaspiracy. That will convince him to go vegan. Okay, it's a journey for everyone's journey is different. It's a personal journey for everyone. I know it took me about 3 years to transition from vegan. Then I was pescatarian and then vegetarian. And then I became vegan. And this is all while I was still, my husband, Greg, before we even got married. So that was my journey. Cheese, was hard to give up. The dairy was easy because I was, consuming like the rice milk and the almond milk and flax milk, so I went through that whole transition um, off of cow's milk. So yeah, it is everyone's personal journey. Now you have a brick and mortar, and I remember when we first connected because we were doing the musical Meatless Monday over here in Baltimore at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center, and that's when I first learned about you and your husband's business. I think you had the teas there, and you were introducing yourself on the stage, and you was telling us about the plan of opening up, and everyone was excited. So I always like to be there to kind of see, and they said this and then it was done, it's just amazing to watch, especially our BIPOC entrepreneurs and couplepreneurs, even so, because, we had our little conversation about all of that. So even to watch all of that, it's amazing and it's a blessing. But you also have a food truck, which is, can be a blessing and a curse in itself. Can you talk about that experience with the food truck and the difference between the operating of both of them?
Yes. So I would say that we're still learning that space. In all transparency, we absolutely knew that having a vegan food truck was a must, because it gives you the opportunity to meet people where they are when they're not able to make it to Owens Mills. So we're able to pop up in different places and offer vegan food, which is a plus, especially for when you're a vegan and you're so used to bringing your own food to so many events and things like that. We knew that this would be a benefit to the business, where we have people that are vegan that are allowed to try the food and, give their feedback. But overall, the difference between the two is we have two different menus. So some things that we'll serve on the food truck, we do not serve inside the cafe. We do that on purpose.
Why?
So have and go chase the truck for whatever you want to have that day. But we always try to keep a separate menu. We want to keep it fun. We want to keep it, exciting and fresh, so that you never know, what to find. But for the most part, since the truck has been out, the menu for the truck has pretty much stayed the same. But the difference between the two is definitely offering that to people that can't make it to the cafe, and also being able to be accessible for different events around DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
Well, you were definitely popping at the vegan so fast, despite, the less than 10,000 people that came out because of, we all know that story. But that truck was popping. Every time, everybody was like, and it was just such a great location where you were situated like that, and then all the videos that we have, like every video that we have, you see the Hue truck in the video and everyone's just smiling and enjoying themselves at the truck, just a testament to the blessings of the work and everything that you and your husband has done for the community, and it's definitely going to continue on. What does Hue have in store for the holidays? I know you got some stuff going on.
Yes, we get very swamped around the holidays, I'm telling you. People that, like I said, a lot of people that may come to the cafe sometimes aren't vegan, and they may be the only vegan in their family. So it's kind of like, I'm bringing this food for me, but when I bring for me, everybody else wants some. So we get tons of catering orders. Outside of that, we introduce normally around the holidays something like a special. So for each month, we do a special, and around this time, we normally do something normally related to like the holidays or to something warming and cozy, because people kind of turn in when that time. But yeah, so for the holidays, we're pretty much doing a lot of catering, lots and lots of catering. So things that you won't be able to get at the cafe during our regular menu will be like stuffing or stuffed bell peppers or a lentil loaf or something like that. So those are the things that we'll offer. And it's also online on our website for catering as well. So we've gotten a lot of inquiries about it. And also you can call the cafe to inquire for catering to pick up. And we have the pickup between the 23rd and the 24th, I believe, right? I believe that's the 2 dates. Yeah. So people can pick up.
Oh, okay. So you're open on Thanksgiving Day.
I'm sorry. So no, we're not open Thanksgiving Day. So
okay. Okay.
Or Thanksgiving,
because that's important. A lot of people, you can't imagine, like we were closed on Thanksgiving Day down here at the Atlanta, but you can't imagine the number of phone calls that come in that particular day. People are looking for something vegan to eat on that day, and there's literally no one open. You know what I'm saying? So that just proves the demand out there. This is not a fad, it's not a trend. It's a real thing, and it's growing. I was just doing a presentation, or preparing a presentation, talking about the growth of the plant-based market in terms of the meats and the dairy, and all of that. So this isn't going nowhere. All it is going to grow. I mean, the projection is a third of the protein will be plant based by 2054. That's how great the demand is right now. And talking about business and trends, are there some important business tips that you would like to share with aspiring restaurateurs? Because there are so many out there. I'm sure you get hit up a lot.
We do. We get people that come in and they want to know that, especially if you've been a part of our brand from when we started as a pop-up. We started as a pop-up at farmers markets. Our first pop-up was actually at a garden. It was called Walter's Garden, which was in our community. And we were really great friends with owners, Paula and Matt. And they said, hey, I want you guys to pop up, because at that point we were trying to open up a business, another location in Towson. Some people may know the story, some people may not. But yeah, before the pandemic, we had a small brick and mortar in Towson that was so small, and our vision was even smaller. We were like, oh, we're just gonna do a little, mom and pop shop, have our kids in here, kind of cook it up. And that vision changed very quickly. And the best part about it is that we had to learn through the process. And of course, it cost a lot of money.
Say that again. Whose money? Your money?
A lot of money. So we had to learn, though, and it was the best teacher, because I don't think anybody else could have taught us the lessons that we learned in that time. And our first pop-up, as I said, started as a garden, from a garden to being at Harford Road Farmers Market, like every Tuesday. We kept doing that, and we would pop up at, I don't know, is that So We Bow down in South Baltimore. So we did that, and we constantly spoke about this cafe that was open. So it was almost supposed, was putting our mouth into believing that this is going to happen. And then the pandemic kind of happened. So it was kind of like, are we going to be able to do this? And still we were able to do it. And what I've learned in business, the best thing is also having a partner. Having a partner is the best benefit to us opening up. Having one another, and having a team. Like, you must have a team and build those amazing relationships and partnerships with people that will, throw you a referral, or, see that where you started from and want to support your journey, because it's so natural and it's so organic, and it was, hard work. So if I could tell anybody anything about business, would be go at your own pace. And, it may seem like it may take a long time, but don't be afraid to put those years in, because it was years before we actually opened up our brick and mortar in 2021. We started it back in 2017, 2018. So if anything I can give, would definitely be patience, partnership, teammate, building business relationships. And be consistent. Be consistent. That's definitely for sure.
And I couldn't agree with you more. It is a grind, and yeah, it's not for the faint at heart. You can't be, and the fact that, like I said, when it's a couplepreneurship, it's the dynamic is just, even better. I mean, you go through your things, you're in a business, you're in a marriage, and if you have children, then you got the parenting stuff going on. But it's the best experience ever to just be engaged and involved like that. You know what I'm saying?
I have 5 children.
Woo! I think you told me that, and I fell down to you because we have 1. So
5, they're all boys. So yeah.
I can only imagine. But any tips for that? The couple, because the couplepreneurship, I mean, you see it. We have a handful of couplepreneurs in the city in this movement. What would you recommend? And then, as the wife, what would you what would you recommend to kind of keep things cool and harmonious and diplomatic?
My learning recommendation, as a wife is to be a wife first.
Ooh, I love that.
You'll get more with being a wife first versus trying to be a business. So that's what I'm learning. I get more business being a wife than being a business owner.
Wow.
Yep.
See, I gotta talk to you more. Like
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Like that's pretty much it. That's all. That's all they want. Be a wife.
just be a you need to teach them class. Like I
Oh,
said.
I'm taking notes and learning too. It's a learning process.
Exactly, but it's fun. It's fun all together. What is the best way? Before I ask, do you have any events coming up? What are you looking forward to in 2023?
Oh, so we do have a few events. We're going to finalize some by tomorrow. We have got invitations for the monument lighting. Of bringing the food truck down to the monument lighting. Will also be down in Baltimore City for the first week of December for Candy Cane Lane with Baltimore Partnership. Outside of that, we have classes that we've been doing at the cafe. We did a class last month. Actually, was it last week? We did a class last Sunday. It was about mental health, stress and anxiety around mental health around the holidays. We had a really great turnout. So look forward to checking our website for classes because I want to bring this holistic approach to mental health, to stress, anxiety, constantly and consistently. Because since the pandemic, the numbers has gone through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
A hub where we can support you and make you and let you know you're not alone in this. So if you could subscribe to our email list or on our website, that's one way to keep up with what's going on at the cafe. We have a newsletter that's going out at the end of the month, so it'll have all the things that's going on. And we want to just stay connected with our community of supporting, everybody throughout the holidays. And for 2023, that's a good question for 2023. We know that it'll be very, very eventful. It will be very eventful. And even the state of the world. So it's kind of, you just have to plan for as much as you sometimes can see. Because it's weird that, you can go in stores now and there's no produce. So
Right.
let's talk about that as vegans and, people that are vegetarian and plant. There's a really scarcity in vegetables right now.
Right, exactly. That's why a lot of people are looking to growing, and then with that, you got to think of the seasonality, and all that's involved with growing your own food and when it's going to be ready, and all of that stuff. So I'm gonna have the shameless plug here because we got to talk about the Black Veg Society because you're talking about all these events, and that's what we do. We love to share that information with our network at the Black Veg Society, where we're meeting people where they are on their holistic health, vegan, and plant-based journey. Naijha Speaks is a program under Black Veg Society, and this is why I do what I do. So supporting the Black Veg Society at blackvegsociety.org helps keeps this going with the platform and the guests and the time, that I spend on doing all of this. So tune in to NaijhaSpeaks.com every Thursday at 11. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. Tell us, who you'd like to see in terms of our celebrity community, because we look at all the interviews with big name folks in the movement, but we got a lot of celebrities going on right here in our own town. So love interviewing folks like Mama Hue. Please let us know cooking demos, things like that. So again, tune in to Naijha Speaks every Thursday at 11. Subscribe, like, share, and comment, and support the blackvegsociety.org at the blackvegsociety.org. And Tom is asking you to come back for more segments. Absolutely. This is what it's all about, especially when there's events coming up. We love to talk about the events and what's new going on in the vegan space and vegan businesses. So absolutely. Thanks again for tuning in, Tom. So you talked about going to the website to connect with you. What are other ways that people can best connect with you, Mama Hue?
Yes. So the best ways to connect with me would be, we have our, of course, Instagram page, which is Hue Cafe and Apothecary. We also have our website, which is huecafeandapothecary.com. If you're interested in emailing us, you can also look on the website for that. But I also give our email address if you have any collaborations and partnerships that you may have interest in. And we're also having, I'll piggyback on that later, we're having an event next week called Tea Time. But they can definitely reach us at contact us at huecafebaltimore.com. That's our email address. If you want to follow me personally, I do have my own Instagram. And I'm trying to figure out what that looks like, because I'm a foodie at heart. So I have like trillions of videos and pictures of food. So at some point I'll be able to post them, but my social is at the real Mama Hue. So those
are the real Mama Hue.
Real Mama Hue. I love to have a good time. So if you ever go and you'll probably see me mommying and wifing and having a great time anytime that I can.
Well, I know you're a busy person, and it's breakfast, getting ready to transition to lunch over there, because you are open 7 days a week, right?
6 days a week. So Monday
to
Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Oh, and where are you located?
10210 South Dolefield Road, and that is in Owens Mills, Maryland, 21117.
21117. It is a pleasure. I can't wait to make it back up there for some more breakfast or lunch or teas, because everything is so amazing. And now that you put me on to that, the Blue Lagoon drink.
That's so popular. Everyone loves it. And the lemon bar chai.
And the lemon bar chai. The Blue Lagoon, if you're saying it's going to, help me with the stress and all this other stuff, then I definitely have to come and taste that. You're doing an amazing job. I'm sending blessings, all of that to you and your husband. Please stay well, stay safe. I'm going to get ready for the next guest. Again, we are celebrating World Vegan Month. And today we had on Ijama McNeil, also known as Mama Hue. Please go out to Owens Mills, Maryland. If you're traveling to the area, if you're in the area, if you've never been, this is the month to go, celebrate your vegan. Get it on. Try something new. So go to Owens Mills, check Hue Cafe and Apothecary out. Leave them a review on Google and all that great stuff. Please show your support. We need to keep our vegan businesses open. So again, I will see you soon. Please let us know if you need anything else, Mama. Black Veg Society is here to support. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and it was an ultimate pleasure.
Same here. See you soon. Stay blessed. And our next guest is Shani Cotton of Cotton's Creations. How are you, Chef?
How are you? I'm good. So good to see you.
Same here, man. I was like, people don't know this. Shani and I worked at Verizon Wireless for some years, right? I can't even remember if was it in Maryland? It was Maryland, right? It was Jersey. Okay, it was Maryland, because I came from New Jersey, transitioned down to Maryland. So sometimes everything is a blur. So you work for Verizon Wireless. That's how I know you're using the training department, if I remember correctly. Yep. So you were a trainer, very energetic, great spirit. And now, fast forward, all this stuff goes on, and vegan dining tour like that. You got me at that. But then there was a lot of stuff that was going on before that. So please, let's talk about the inspiration behind the vegan experience tour that you're having. I mean, are you vegan? How did this all start?
Yeah, so I am vegan. I went vegan back in 2017. And on that journey, so I guess I'll start with like what inspired me to even become vegan, because back in my Verizon days, Greg Brown, who is your husband, just back then he really wanted me to try a lot of his vegetarian dishes, and I just was not open to it. I was like, Greg, I do not like tofu. I still don't like tofu, but nonetheless, fast forward in 2016, around this time frame, actually, I went home to visit for Thanksgiving. And during that particular visit, of course, I'm visiting a lot of friends and family members, and I went to visit my grandfather. And so during that particular visit, he was like in and out of sleep. And then he wakes up to take his medications, which I kid you not is all of like 20 or 25 pills. It was crazy to see all that. He had the old school lunch pail of medications. He had the daily, monthly organizer that had medications, in the daily slots. And then he had additional pills on his side table beside his chair. And while he's like gathering up all of his medications, he's like, he looks over at me and says, I pray you never have to go through this. And that was significant for me. And because I had seen so many people that look like me in our community, and within my family, dealing with a lot of the same illnesses that my grandfather had at the time. Diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease. He even had like a foot infection at the time. But nonetheless, I was like, yeah, I don't want these things to happen to me either. So I did some research, and the one continuous thing that came up was diet. And I was like, okay, so I need to make a dietary change, but I'm not exactly sure where to start. And so I watched What the Health when it first came out on the night of July 3rd. And July 4th, 2017, I went cold turkey vegan and have not looked back since. And on my journey now, I am in the process, or my mission is to build generational health. And so one of those ways is through my vegan dining experience tour, especially for people that look like us. Like, you can tell them all day long, just like how Greg used to tell me back when we worked at Verizon, that, you know, you can still be satisfied on a plant-based diet. You kind of got to show people just what you mean by that. And so through the vegan dining experience tour, I'm able to actually physically show people better than I can tell you that you truly can be satisfied on a plant-based diet.
Here it is. You have a video on there. Can we share that?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go. 1 second. Can you hear it?
I can.
You can't?
I can.
Yep. Okay.
So all my new folks, and welcome back to our folks that joined us all the way in the ATL last year. So I first want to go over what you have in front of you. The first thing is you have your menu for this afternoon. It is a total of 7 courses. We'll start off with the breakfast starters, and then we'll jump down to the breakfast main course. And we'll jump back up to the starters and start our lunch portion, and then go back down for the lunch main course as well. And then we'll conclude with our final course.
Wow. That's my type of stuff.
Awesome. So how's everybody feeling so far? Okay, I must be really that energy level went up. Listen, this is our second year coming here. Clearly, we love the food. I will tell you, we thought the chef did an amazing job in Atlanta last year. She finished it off this year with an amazing dessert. Excellent, moist, succulent. You wouldn't even think it was vegan if you were not vegan. We want more. We want more.
Wow. Wow. So exciting, man. I'm so happy for you, Janine. Like, I love it. I love it. So let's talk about how that's been going. Your tour, how many cities have you done? This is the second year. Where are you at now with it?
So actually we're in the third year.
Oh, third year. Wow.
Yeah, so I kicked it off February 8th, 2020. I know.
You know, the pandemic?
The pandemic hit, you know, in March, and places just started shutting down. LA was one of the first places. So we kind of got going and then had to immediately stop. So 2021, we picked back up and we did 4 cities in 2021. And then in 2022, we did the big 8-city tour over the spring and summer. And then I was like, hey, you know, are you guys interested in a holiday tour? So right now we're in the midst of the holiday tour as well.
So where's your next stop, and you know what's happening on your next stop? What is the next city?
Next city is Dallas.
Okay.
So we'll be traveling to Dallas, and we'll be there to do their holiday dining experience, dinner edition, on December the 17th.
What has some of the feedback been? I mean, we see in the video the woman talking about the experience. What are some of the moments that you can tell us about that are, you know, really touch your heart? It's like, this was my first purpose, and you know, I'm meeting the people where they are, and I'm getting what I need to get out of it. What can you talk about some of those experiences?
Absolutely. So one that's very recent was just this past weekend. So we did the holiday dining experience in Los Angeles, where I'm currently based at, this past weekend. And after the second course, a young lady says to me, "Chef, if the food tastes as good as what I just had, I could totally see myself going vegan." And I'm like, wow, we're only 2 courses in. We got so much more food to come. But that right there just lets me know, like, it's truly a matter of educating people and really showing them that the food really can taste just as good, just as satisfying. And I specialize in veganizing foods that we're already familiar with, in terms of flavor and texture and all that. So my goal is to help those non-vegan eaters to embrace more plant-based meals into their diet. And that's one thing that I stress in the dining experience for my non-vegans. And that is, it doesn't matter if you go cold turkey, a transition, or how you arrive there, but reducing and cutting out non-vegan products in your diet, every little bit helps. So don't get overwhelmed with, oh, I need to go vegan and, try to do it all in one step, because that may not be for everybody. But I tell them, like, start with, 1 day a week and just be like, okay, this is going to be my plant-based day. And then slowly increase the plant-based items and meals that you have in your diet, and make easy switches to the products. Like, it's super easy to swap out milks nowadays. There's so many plant-based milks on the market. So I tell them, I help educate them on ways to be able to implement this in their daily diets and what they're consuming as well. And then also to point out, after we got through the starter courses and the main course, I had a meat eater say, "Wow, I'm full," and he's like a heavier set guy. And I was like, okay, that's what I like to hear, that you can get full eating plant-based courses.
Right, right. And then I see you have some new product here. I was looking on the site. There you go, the cornbread, buttery
Yeah.
sweet, easy to make. Let's talk about that. The inspiration behind that, and starting with the cornbread and the pancakes.
Yes. So back when, we were in the pandemic and I had to cancel the rest of the tour for 2020, I wanted to continue with the mission of introducing really great tasting plant-based foods that were simple to make. And so I was like, you know what, the cornbread mix, or excuse me, the honey pecan cornbread on the first dining experience tour, not tour, at the very first dining experience was so popular. I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and look into packaging this particular product, and offering it as something that you can make right at home. And that's how that came to be. So I introduced the cornbread mix towards the end of 2020. And of course, people were like, oh my gosh, I love this product. What other products are you coming out with? So in May, we introduced the vegan pancake and waffle mix as well. And the thing that I try my best to do is make the product so they're super easy to make, like even kids can make them. So typically you only need to add like 2 other ingredients that pretty much you're just pouring them into the mix and then whipping it together, and that's it. Because I don't want it to feel like a huge task to make these plant-based products.
Yeah, I see a couple because my daughter loves pancakes. I love waffles, so I see one of them that I want to get, and then definitely the cornbread. So yeah, we gotta definitely purchase some of those items and do a demo here at home. So
I
look out
love
for
that.
that. Exactly, I'm gonna really love it eating it. And then you're an actress.
Yeah.
You're an actress. So talk about that and the influence that it has or may have on fellow actors and those working around you in on the production set.
Yeah. So it's interesting that you bring that up because I truly believe that whatever space and place that I'm in, I just allow God to use me in those places and spaces. So for the past 3 seasons or 3 years, I have been a part of the All American production team. And so while there, I am bringing them recipes that I'm testing out to try out and things like that. And so one of the very popular items that I make for them are my cheeseburger sliders. And I'm talking about there are so many meat eaters on the set. But I did that my second year a part of that production team and shared with the actors on the set as well, along with my cornbread. And there are like times where at lunch there will be like a plant-based burger that they are offering, and people that are passing by are like, hey Cotton, guess what, I had a plant-based burger today for lunch instead of the regular one. So that makes me so happy. And they also have had me cater their baby showers, their Thanksgivings, as well as like their business events and things like that. So, and I've also catered birthday celebrations for some of the actors. So, it has really made an impact on that particular production by me just bringing in some of my plant-based goodies and for them to try it out, and they're wowed by it. So of course they're more open to experiencing other plant-based foods.
I am so, and I love All American. I watch that. I can binge watch that. So
Yeah,
that
it's a
you could
great show.
couldn't have been on a better set. And I'm even watching Homecoming too. So that I'm so happy for you, Shanice. That is amazing. And then yeah, the
Thank you.
sliders. I'm a slider person too. I'm not a big burger person. I've never been into the burgers. My husband and daughter love burgers and fries, but you get me a little nice slider and
Mm-hmm.
tasty. I could see it. I could see it. So that is amazing. What tips would you like to share with aspiring chefs? I live with a chef,
Right.
one. So, and he's cooking all the time in the house, the breakfast, the lunch, dinner, so my daughter eats well, and I'll eat well when I stop and eat, but always cooking. What tips would you like to share with aspiring chefs? I mean, did you go to school? Did you self-taught? Did you read books? What do you have for us?
Yeah, so I did not go to a culinary school, but I am self-taught, or what I like to say, I went to the school of Cornita and Maurice. Those are my parents. And so they also are really great cooks, and that's how I learned. But in terms of tips, I always like to tell people to perfect your craft, like continue to work on your craft. If you have an idea that comes to mind, go for it. Like, don't talk yourself out of it. Test it out and try it out and just go for it. In terms of creating recipes and things like that, same thing. No matter how outlandish it may sound and may seem like something that shouldn't go together or be done, still try it out. You never know what magic may come from it. So those are the things that I would recommend. And then also too, from a business owner perspective and just in life in general, um, remember your why. It's going to be very important because we all hit those roadblocks and tough times where things may not be going the way that we had hoped. But our why is what's going to keep us in the game and keep us going.
I'm so glad you said that because it leads me back to why I'm actually here. So this shameless plug. We're tuning in to NaijaSpeaks.com. I'm on Thursdays at 11. Naijha Speaks is a program out of my nonprofit, Black Veg Society. So we're meeting people where they are on their holistic health, vegan, and plant-based journey. So please support us at blackvegsociety.org. I love having guests on, such as Shanique Cotton and Cotton Creations, to tell their story. Shanique is the celebrity here. So we like to hear stories like this, evolution, because when you talked about your family member on 20 meds, that's how I was afraid, coming into Maryland and going to see the doctor for the first time and hearing my cholesterol is high. I'm only in my early 30s, and you're talking about I may be placed on meds if I don't do something about it. I mean, that's what I'm envisioning. I'm going to get all these different meds, and it's like, I'm holistic. Like, that's not even, in my future. I got to figure this thing out. And this is before I even met my husband. So I'm like, dealing with Google and trying to figure all this stuff out on my own, and, playing around with, skim milk and 2% milk, and, then connecting with him, and him trying to push these dishes on me. And I'm like, okay, I was into tofu, but soft tofu. I wasn't really into the hard tofu or the all these different sauces. I was a basic black bean tofu person with brown rice, and bean sauce or something. But all of this exotic stuff, I'm like, no, I like my New York City pizza. I like soul food. I like, so you evolve, and, just helping you have to try, if you don't cook, maybe doing a little cook, try some things out. I mean, that's how we came up with the vegan brunch, because then I started making him stuff, vegan brunch and stuff like that, because I'm a vegan breakfast person. I love vegan breakfast. Like, that is my thing, and we don't have enough of it. So you have to try. So Google's your friend, books are your friend, you got a wealth of cookbooks that are out there, online guides. So and we're celebrating right now, I keep saying it, World Vegan Month. So this is the time to go out and buy that ticket to the Vegan Dining Experience Tour if you're in Dallas or the city that Shani is going to this month. And it's Dallas right now, right? So World Vegan Month, this is the time to try this stuff out. You're on your own journey. Just try, don't knock it before you say you don't like it. And yes, health is the true wealth. I mean, because I don't care how much money you have, if you are not healthy. I mean, we hear about all type of people passing because of health every day, and a lot of these are celebrities. So I don't, you can have all the money you want, but your health is a true wealth. You want to be able to spend that money and enjoy it with your loved ones. Shani, how can we best connect, follow with you? What other things can you offer us? Please tell us.
So in terms of socials, you can connect on Instagram, at Cotton Creations IG. Facebook, Cotton Creations. I also have my Cotton Creations YouTube channel where I offer free plant-based recipes as well. So
what's this YouTube channel?
Cotton Creations.
Okay, just Cotton Creations. Okay.
Yep. And it's over like 100 different plant-based recipes on there. And I add more daily. And then also on our website, www.cottoncreationsllc.com.
All right, we got that. We want to check out the YouTube for the recipe, because that people are always looking for recipes and new ways of doing things. So I'm definitely going to add your channel to my playlist on NaijhaSpeaks.com, because we my playlist. I have a lot of things going on, so I got to add that to it so people can tap into you and tap in. And I might try some stuff too and showcase it. So that's wonderful.
Awesome.
Anything else you want to add? Anything you want to tell us for 2023?
Just be on the lookout for another big city tour in 2023. Typically we do spring, summer months. So feel free to subscribe to our email list and be the first to get the information on that at the website. And that's what we got going on.
Shani, it is a pleasure seeing you. I'm so happy. I'm so proud. You know, we lifting the sisters are coming up in this space.
Yes,
So,
we
you
are.
know, definitely have to showcase. So, I'm glad we were able to make this happen at the last minute. I'm like, absolutely, we got to get you on. So yeah, please, you know, if you need anything else from us, we're here.
Did I
Black Veg
lose you?
Society. Did you lose me? I can hear you. Can you hear me still? Oh, I think we lost Shani. I mean, I don't know if you can still hear me, but please follow Shani at Conscious Creation IG on Instagram. She's doing amazing work. Thank you for tuning in.
Yep,
Chef, you still there? Okay,
I'm
great. I
here.
was just telling everyone to make sure that they follow you. You're doing amazing work, and just keep us posted. And whatever we can do here, please reach out. Okay, and we
Will
hope to
do.
see you. We hope to see you soon. Trust me.
Absolutely. We are definitely going to get something in the DMV area in 2023.
Awesome. And if we're traveling and you're in the space where we're traveling, we'll look it up and, you know, see what we can do as well. All right.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you, Naijha.
Stay well, stay blessed. Have a good one. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Please, whatever you're doing for the holidays, please stay well, stay safe, and go vegan. Have a good one. Bye-bye.